The biggest thing about any recipe is to always make sure that you have all your ingredients ready. It's called mise en place, which is a French term for everything in its place. The next step is to get your stock pot on a medium high to a high heat as you are about to sweat the onions to prepare for the sauce. Sweating the onions is actually not really hard. You just need to make sure that you have it in the oil. The oil may be a little bit too high, so reduce heat if needed, but you want to get them translucent and you want a little browning, not much. Once that is done, they are good to go. And again, you didn't have to make big cuts, so it's not a big deal. So in this example, you can see what onions after being sweated for a while look like compared to when we first put them in the stock pot. They are limper, there's a little bit of browning, but they are translucent. This is what you are looking for. Now you want to add the plum tomatoes per the recipe. You want to bring them to a boil and then reduce down to a simmer. The sauce will look liquidy, but you want to reduce it till it becomes more thickened and becomes more of a sauce as you're used to. This can take 2 to 3 hours. You have to judge it and stir constantly. As you can see, after about 2.5 hours, the sauce has actually thickened up. The plum tomatoes have reduced down. This technique is known as reducing. So keep that in mind because we'll have later recipes that use this, but this is what you're looking for. So one of the things that was not mentioned earlier in the recipe was we do add salt, pepper, and garlic powder. Again, this is a basic, simple marinara sauce, and there are different ways to season, flavor, and taste. And all of these have to be adjusted to your clientele and your taste. Everybody is different. But one thing I can tell you is when you do add seasoning, make sure that you taste as you go. Don't dump a lot of stuff in there and say, hey, it's great, because remember, you can always add, you can't take away. That's why we wait till the end to add the seasoning. Um, Makes for a good sauce, makes for a good chef, a good cook, and can be enjoyable. And other things are oregano, parsley, all sorts of different things. And we're going to have other recipes that include different versions of this. Again, this is a very basic one. So enjoy. So at this point, now you need to use an emulsion blender or a food mill, mix everything in, add the basil, which should give it some decent flavor, and you should be good to go. This is one of the dishes that we did make, spaghetti and meatballs, but with marinara sauce, there are so many things you can do, and it opens the door to a wide variety of many dishes. It's a foundation and it's a good lesson to learn.